Welcome back to my channel, guys. Time for another anime first impression video. This is going to be on Onmyo Kaiten Rebirth Verse. I'm just going to call it Rebirth Verse because I can't really pronounce the first part. But Rebirth Verse is found on Crunchyroll. There's only one episode out and it is only subbed at the moment. I don't know if it's going to be dubbed eventually, but it is only subbed. Time of recording, one episode. It released yesterday on Wednesday, so that's when you can catch the next episode if you're looking to see the next episode. It is an interesting one. It had a lot of stuff that was thrown at you at once, I guess, which can be appealing for some people. For some people, it can be outputting. It's just, it depends who you are. Personally, I'm still in the position with this one, to be honest. Now, before anything else, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. Like I've said before, that just helps the algorithm here in YouTube tremendously. So please continue doing that. Welcome to the new people that are subscribing. Thank you guys so much for just adding to this community that I've been trying to grow for years, and it's been showing growth in the past 2 months. Even though I was gone, it's been showing growth. So thank you guys so much for that. And let's talk about the new series. So Rebirth Verse. You know what? The beginning, it was a little bit on the nose that he was going to be rebirthed, obviously, or reincarnated, or whatever you want to call it. He's having this dream of this girl, and essentially she saves him from death, and he vows that he's going to protect her to the death as well. And then he wakes up from his dream. It's only his dream. And he says it's the 1,999th time that he's had that same dream. Like, he wakes up and he's tied up. And very quickly, it seems like it's going to be like a Tokyo Revengers type of series, at least for that part of the episode. Just because he is a thug who doesn't really care what he does. He has this motto of he's not ever going to lose until he dies. That would be his first loss. Weird motto, but that's what it is. And even though he's tied up, he's able to beat up the 5 thugs that are basically threatening him to just give up and get out of the turf, right? He's still able to beat them up. He goes on his way, and essentially he's thinking about the fact that he doesn't believe it's a dream. He honestly believes and has a gut feeling that this girl is real. Again, crazy concept, but he does believe that she is a real person. Anyways, he is writing, thinking about these thoughts, and he sees a magical creature that also happens to be in his dream, which I want to say we don't see that creature ever again in the actual episode. So I don't know where that creature came from, but he sees it, obviously, tries to catch it, and he goes off the rail. Oh no, sorry. It seems like he's gonna get run over by Truck-kun, and by saving it, he goes off the rail and falls off a hill. He thinks he's dead, and he ends up falling through a roof of a temple where the girl of his dream, the 2,000th time that he thinks he's dreaming, he sees the girl. Now, he freaks out and says, like, I finally found you, so on and so forth. Like, I thought I was dead. Why am I here? And she's freaking out. She's being groped by this guy that she doesn't know. Now, she has not had this dream. She doesn't know who he is. So it's very weird, and it goes south very quickly. Essentially, he's thrown out, and he is left to wander around. And typical, like, new life, he's walking around the streets, figuring out that it's not the Tokyo that he knows. It's not the world that he knows. It's not the era that he knows. It looks like he went back in the past, but there's also very advanced technology, which he doesn't understand how it works hand in hand, because that's, again, very weird that the both can be true at the same time. And then this black smog shows up, and it all goes south, essentially. There is a beast that is destroying the city, and basically everyone freezes in time, or like in their spot, and he is the only one that's able to move. Now, within this this Oni, I guess I call it, that's attacking the land, there is saviors or heroes that have kind of like a mecha robot thing that's used to protect the city, and they're using it outside of the smog, and they defeat the monster. But they also notice that this guy is able to move in the black smog or black smoke, and it's odd. So they just kind of throw it off. Like they tell him it's weird. He finds out that apparently this happens quite often. People die if they're petrified and broken. Like it's not a good occurrence, right? So the episode continues with him essentially trying to apologize to the girl. The girl does approach him at one point again. He tries to try to apologize, tries to explain to her like why he knows her and knows who she is, and doesn't really know much about her other than she's been in his dreams for countless times of his life, and that he knows that there's something special about her, right? Well, it all moves fast, but essentially she's visited by the royalty where she was supposed to perform to. They blame the whole incident on her, and that she has to apologize. And it's kind of weird, like they make it seem like she's gonna have to like do something to say sorry, if you get my drift, which is like, okay, like this is going a little bit too dark when it comes to that, but maybe I'm just reading into things a little bit too much. But again, a black smog hits the city, and our protagonist is in the black smog, and also the girl that he likes, she's petrified, she cannot move. So he decides to fight the creature. He had vowed to defend her, so he starts fighting the creature. It is a pretty good fight, I will say. He is left like broken into pieces, like he's about to show power and strength, and the monster just grabs him and crushes him. And then for some reason and some power, he's able to recuperate his body, which is like, what the heck is going on? But yeah, he's able to bring his body back into shape, and then from there he reconstructs his body, turns into like a mecha thing, and fights the monster. But even then, he still loses the fight. Now, this is where it gets pretty bad. He loses the fight, and then the monster still starts doing the rampage, and he breaks the princess who's petrified, which again probably means that she's dead. Now he has a little freak out. Don't really know what else. I don't remember what happens, but essentially what happens at the end of the episode is that through his freak out, he awakens again, and she's alive. And it seems like he's back to the spot or the moment of time where he fell from the roof. And that, in a nutshell, is that first episode. A lot is going on. Like I said, a lot was going on. I was watching it. I was paying attention. There is nothing else happening in my life other than I was in the treadmill watching this episode. And I still didn't understand most of it. So that's why I said it's a little bit too much for the first episode. But it is what it is. I want to give this one a 6 out of 10. I highly believe that this one will not be talked about a lot in the season. I'll be honest. I'll be surprised if someone really has this one as a favorite, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing, and I will see you next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.